Yeah, if you look at, specific performances, we had new All-Star and Gabby, Sky and NECA playing at a All-Star level, all WNBA level, the emergence of Dom. A lot of really, positive attributes. Erica Wheeler having one of her career seasons in numbers. Ezzy coming along at the tail end of the season. A lot of good that happened. Our August wasn't so productive, but those are close games for us. Those are games that we, had to go through in order to have a pretty productive September. And think, if you think about, the progress of the players that we did have on our roster, a lot of first times for, our players. I think overall to be able to be one possession away from beating Vegas is very positive going through what we went through. Not having Lou, not having Jordan, huge pieces, and Nika, huge pieces to our roster. I think that's what we missed. Floor spacer, another athletic perimeter defender. And, I think just a bucket getter is another bucket getter is, important for this roster. And if you look at, the things that we were positive in, our defense was very strong. Rebounding was our deficiency all season, and that's an area of improvement. Offensively, we shot the three decently with the roster that we had and found some ways to be productive in transition, play out of our defense. So there are a lot of positives in that category, in those categories. And so I'll just kind of point to getting healthy and getting the roster that we intended to have and adding some more depth in our 3-point shooting and, a go-getter.
Oh, I mean, I can't always, you know, see the future and know what the next step is, but what keeps me going every day is just to be great, to win, um, to to just be my best. I think that that's kind of always been what I do, and with that comes different levels of accomplishment. I still have gas in the tank, so I want to make sure that I can use it in a way that suits my health, that suits how I want to be great. A lot of that is about winning, um, and hopefully just continuing to do what I love. I can't really say that I have a list of things that I'm trying to get to, but I still feel good, and I'm very grateful.
Nneka, you haven't played overseas or off-season basketball since like 2019.
Mhm.
Will that be the case again this off-season? And then if so, just why does that continue to be sort of the best option for you personally, even with options like Unrivaled now out there?
Yeah, for me, it wasn't by choice that I stopped playing overseas. We experienced, the global pandemic. I was actually signed to go back to China, and after that, the world looked a little bit different. So it was kind of tough to find opportunities um, that felt familiar. And so with that, I just kind of tapped a little bit more into the off-court opportunities, definitely into my responsibilities as president. And ultimately, I've been able to find a groove. And with that, I'm not planning on playing in any leagues in this off season. I am 35, 14 years in. As much as I love and support a lot of these great options for players to be able to not only continue to compete, but to be compensated more towards their value. I think for me, it's just not for me because of the tread on these tires. But I'm always going to be down there supporting whatever league it is. So my main goal this year, actually, the one goal that I did write down was to be available, healthy, and play in every game of this season. And so I'm really glad that I was able to achieve that.
Even before I got here, um, people always talk about wanting a NBA team or whatever the case may be, but the support for women in sport, ever since I can remember this franchise, the atmosphere has been electric. Watching as a fan, playing as an opponent, every time we came here and faced Seattle. I've spent All-Stars here and just see how this is such a sports town. But I think just the support, particularly in this time in my career too, you know, where I was coming off my daughter and coming off maternity leave and just kind of uncertain of if I could play at a high level again or just what that would look like for me. It's not a big sample size on how to do that. But the city just really, the whole situation being in Seattle, you know, it's been breathing life into me, into my career, and just gave me a renewed sense of a passion for the game, a love for the game, competing at a high level, and obviously the expectation, and that's something that, you know, doesn't fall short on our minds and how we prepare every day. The resources here from this organization is first class, and you know, I've loved every experience, being a part of the city, me and my kids out and about, just really embracing the city of Seattle in the off season, spending a lot of time here. And so I still feel the same way. I don't want to retire this year, if that means anything. Obviously, it's a lot of factors, and every team I've been on has been different since I came into this league. And so I understand that will also be the situation next year. But for me, where I'm at this point in my career, you know, I've loved my experience, the fans, how they've embraced us, and walking Trader Joe's, wherever you at, you see, hey, you see the shirts, and they always show love. So yeah, I really enjoy my experience and my time here so far, being in Seattle.
I think it's great. When I got drafted here, I think it was just to build something out of it. And the year that I spent this my rookie year, sorry, was just amazing. And so I don't see myself anywhere else now. I can't wait to be next season and the seasons that's still ahead of me to keep growing with this organization, because all the person here just welcomed me so well, from the teammates to the coaching staff to all the organization. So I'm just so grateful to I've been able to play for this organization, and I can't wait for the years ahead to keep going and keep building with this organization.
We know you're going to play with Gabby at Fenerbahce this offseason. Just what are you looking forward to, and what are you hoping to get out of that experience?
It will be my first EuroLeague season, so I just can't wait to see what's the big European stage looks like. For Fenerbahce, it's a big organization also in Europe, and it's still working with very good professional players, a very good organization around me to keep growing, because I still focus on my growth. I know that I still have a lot of things to learn, and so I would just keep working and be dedicated 100% as I always do. And yeah, looking forward for this EuroLeague season to be my best.